Hello and welcome to Dialogue with Jenay. I am Jenay Dunlap Myers, and I am so glad that you have tuned in to learn how you can be a better you, more importantly, a healthier you. And so what I will be talking about is how to intentionally look for toxins and keep you and your family safe from being exposed to toxins. And so this is important because, as we all know, cancer is on the rise. And my family has been touched personally by it through my daughter, who was diagnosed with a pediatric brain tumor. And so this month is Brain Tumor Awareness Month. And so I want to empower us to take a more proactive approach towards our health care. And because things don't just happen to us, sometimes they do, but we do have control over certain things. And those things that we do have control over, we need to exercise that control. And so we take many things for granted, and one thing is that our government protects us. And so we are aware of the FDA and how they help to regulate to help keep our food safe. But they don't do such a good job when it comes to our personal care products. And so the first thing you need to know in looking for toxins is knowing where to look for them at. And so knowing the labels on your foods and on your personal care products is very important, because on your label, it shows the ingredients that are in the products that you have and in the foods that you have. And so here in the United States, the government, as far as our personal care products, they've only banned a total of 11 products, 11 harmful ingredients from our products. But if you go to the FDA's website and you search for banned ingredients, banned toxic ingredients from our personal care products, you'll see that they have only banned 11 compared to the European Union, where they've banned over, I believe, 1,400. So you definitely need to be aware that, yes, we are constantly being exposed to harmful chemicals on a day-to-day basis, be it from the air that we breathe in, from the water that we drink, from the foods that we eat, from the personal care products that we put on our bodies, as well as what we use to clean our homes and our cars. And so once you accept that information, then it opens you up to be more receptive on, okay, well, what do I do about it? If I know that I'm being exposed to these harmful chemicals, how do I, number one, locate them? Number two, keep them from entering my body? And number three, what do I use in replace of the items that have the toxic chemicals? So one thing that we have to be mindful of is that when you're looking at your ingredients in your foods, on the labels, it lets you know everything that's in your particular food item that you're purchasing. And the way it's listed on the ingredients, whatever comes first on that particular ingredient is blurred. Whatever is listed first, that is the ingredient that's most found in your product or in your food. And so you definitely want to be mindful of that. So the ones that come first, second, third, that's what's in there the most. And the ones that are last, that's in there the least. And so in this particular product, which is Red Lobster, I don't know if you are a fan of the Red Lobster biscuits, but I am definitely a fan. So much so, and my husband is too, so much so that he found this in, I believe, Walmart, and was so excited, to buy them. And we've eaten them. He cooked them several times. But in preparing for this live, I was trying to go through my cabinet, which, we do a very good job of, choosing healthier options, right? So I was like, well, let me check these. And lo and behold, it has natural and artificial flavors in it, which I do not eat artificial flavors. And because my son he was diagnosed at the age of, well, I recognized it at the age of 2 months, but officially diagnosed from the doctor at the age of 6 months with multiple severe food allergies, life-threatening allergies. We tend to stay away from things that have natural flavor in them because let me let you in on a little secret if you did not know. Natural flavor and artificial flavor is a industry secret where they can label things as that and hide things in it that are not good for our bodies. Yes, they hide stuff in it and label it natural flavor and artificial flavor. They do not have to disclose that information to us. And guess what? It's the law. Unfortunately, they are legally right to do so. And so we definitely want to, when you don't have information, then you can't know what to be on the lookout for. And we're basically walking around, as they say, ignorance is bliss, thinking that we're doing right by our families, thinking that we're, choosing the right foods, choosing the right products and all of this stuff. But we aren't. And so because we can't be as great as we need to be if the government is allowing companies to mislead us and deceive us by putting harmful chemicals into our products and into our foods and labeling it as fragrance or natural flavor. Now, artificial flavor, we can kind of, presume that's probably not good for us if it's artificial. So we don't necessarily get a pass on that one because we should definitely be trying to put whole foods into our bodies, natural foods into our bodies, nothing artificial into our bodies, because that's when we tend to see the health issues and concerns. So if you stay towards or stay with whole foods, then you're probably on a good path there. And so other things that you want to be mindful of. Oh, well, a question you may ask is like, well, how do you know which ingredients are good, which ingredients are bad? So I came across this information back in 2008 when my firstborn, my daughter, who I mentioned earlier, who was diagnosed with a pediatric brain tumor in 2014. Well, back in 2008, she was born 27 weeks premature. And so it was through that journey when I was made aware of our need to eat organic foods and our need to be mindful of the personal care products that we use on our bodies, because they do contain harmful ingredients, which I didn't know that. I thought clearly if it's on the shelf, it must be safe for us, right? Clearly it can't be linked to cancer or have ingredients that are inside of it that causes cancer, because that would not be good for the public and for the people. Clearly the government would not allow that, because we put them in office for them to protect us. So clearly they would not allow companies to intentionally, knowingly put ingredients in our products that can increase our risk of developing cancer. But guess what? They did, and they still do. So that's why we have to be proactive in taking care of our own selves. And so back in 2008, I was made aware of an organization called the Environmental Working Group. And you want to know how I found out about them? Clark Howard. For all of the people in Atlanta, Georgia, you are familiar with Clark Howard. If you don't know who he is, look him up, clark.com. He's a advocate for consumers, you know, on a whole bunch of different stuff. But anyway, one day he mentioned the Dirty Dozen on his website or talk show. He has a talk show. And back then in 2008, eating organic was not as prevalent as it is now today. And so it was way more expensive. You know, now it's not as expensive because everybody and their mom, they're making organic, they're selling organic food. So of course, you know, supply and demand, the more demand you have for it, then the more people make it, and thus the price goes down. And therefore Walmart is in the business of selling organic foods. But anyway, so the EWG, the EWG is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization that's designed to help us as consumers live a healthier lifestyle in a healthier environment. And so they do all types of research on the water that we drink, different products that we use. They've gone so far as to create a skin deep database that has thousands of products in that database that you can search to see how healthy is your product or how risky is your product. And so they've come up with a rating from 0 to 10 of rating your product. And now they've even gone a step further by having EWG verified. And so they have certain requirements that companies have to meet in order for their product to be stamped with the EWG, EWG verification stamp. And so, but they take into account the ingredients, the level of risk it causes you for cancer, the level of risk it has for an allergic reaction, and other different types of problems. And so they've also created the Dirty Dozen, where if you can't eat everything organic, then definitely eat these 12 foods organic, right? And so, and then they came up with the opposite, you know, because back in 2008, they didn't have an app. They didn't have the EWG verification stamp, and they didn't have the clean, I don't know what it is now, the opposite of the dirty dozen. I guess it's the clean 12. I'm not sure. But they didn't have that. Their focus was just on the Dirty Dozen. So, and I also learned that just because something is labeled organic does not make it so. Again, the government has allowed companies to call whatever they want to label their product as such. And so that's why you have to be mindful of where you spend your money. You want to spend your money with companies who are intentionally trying to look out for the consumer as well as the planet. And those companies are called certified B corporations, right? So I'm just giving you a general overview. I know I'm throwing a lot of information with you, but at the end, I will share with you the first steps you should take in getting, number one, finding out if your products and foods do have toxins in them, and then finding alternatives for them. But just stay tuned with me. I'll be going more into detail on further videos, specifically dealing with food, specifically dealing with personal care products, specifically dealing with cleaning products, and so on. But right now we're just doing a general overview because this information is designed for people who perhaps didn't know that they were being exposed to toxins. I kind of heard about it, in the atmosphere, but that really doesn't concern me, but it does. And also maybe people who are, doing good and being intentional about choosing healthier choices, but didn't really know that just because something is labeled organic doesn't make it organic. You want to make sure that you have products that are foods that are labeled USDA certified organic, because at least that way you know that they have gone through some type of process to make sure that their foods do meet the requirements to have their foods labeled organic. Don't just go based on what the front of the product says. You don't want to just go based on that. You want to make sure that you flip it over to the back and read and make sure that it is labeled USDA certified organic. But when I mentioned the EWG certified label here, you can't really see it, but it's a green and has like a G with a circle. That's the new label that the Environmental Working Group has come up with now. So you definitely, if you have a product with this label on it, you can be rest assured that it does meet certain requirements that are best for us as consumer. For example, this particular product is a certified B company. Is also certified cruelty free for animals, as well as the EWG label. And so what that label says right here, it says EWG verified means that this product avoids EWG's ingredients of concern, is committed to full transparency, and operates under good manufacturing practices. That's another thing. You want to deal with companies who are transparent and with their ingredients, because if you can't look at what's in the products, then you can't know whether or not there are toxins in it. So definitely stay away from things that you can't know what's in it, be it foods, be it products, be it cleaning products. One thing that I don't like, when you go to the grocery store and you're buying dish detergent, and on the back of it, it tells you to go to a website to see the full list of ingredients. Why? That's taking an extra step that's unnecessary, that perhaps they're banking on the fact that you won't go to the website and therefore you won't really see what's in the product. So definitely you want to make sure that you have the ingredients in this. So this is what I mean by the USDA certified label. You want to make sure that it has a label like this where it reads USDA certified. Sometimes it's green and white, sometimes it's black and white. If it does not have that label, then you can rest assured that it's not USDA certified organic, and you can't really trust whether or not it is organic. You're taking a gamble. So, and it's your choice. It's your choice if you want to take that gamble or not. But just understand, when this label means that the company has gone through certain requirements, tests, steps to make sure that their product is organic. And this label is on personal care products, it's on cleaning products, it's on foods, so it's not just related to food. So definitely make sure you check that out. And another thing, when you're looking at labels and ingredients, less is more, right? So I wish this thing, less is more. Okay. Well, anyway, in this ingredients, there's only 4 ingredients, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ingredients, right? You always want to make sure that the ingredients, less is more, as well as it lists things that you can pronunciate. If you can't really pronunciate them, then you probably want to stay away from it, right? So that's what you want to be able to do, as well as stay away from things like I stated, the allergies we learned with my son and his food allergies. He said stay away from natural flavor items and fragrance items. One thing that I've noticed, you want to make sure with your personal care products, you want to make sure that it has no added fragrance in it. And then you want to double check that with the ingredients listed to make sure that it's not there. And we have to be careful, because fragrance can be listed as different things. But definitely you want to make sure that you're avoiding things that have fragrance. And also with your products, for my people who are out there who have been intentionally trying to be proactive in, limiting your exposure to toxins, don't assume because you've been using a product and and you've done the research and it's safe. Don't assume that that product will always be safe, because I've had 2 products like that happen to me. One was a product by Jane Carter. It's a hair care product, a hair moisturizer, scalp moisturizer, and she put fragrance in her product. It hurt my heart so much because, again, my kids have sensitive skin, and we're dealing with food allergies. And when you know, and environmental allergies, and when you find a product that works for you, that's like a release. That's like I don't know. If you've ever walked in the shoes of an allergic family or parent, then you understand when you find something that works, you like, give me 50, give me 100 items of this particular product, right? But no, we can't automatically assume that. And so I learned that then. And so another one was the dish detergent that I used. They ended up putting fragrance in it as well. And so I had to switch to this detergent here. And so far, I've been liking this particular detergent. It's been working well. The ingredients are good. One thing we have to be mindful as well, because free and clear. A lot of things have been labeled as free and clear. And again, it's like these buzzwords in the industry that helps the companies allow you to feel some type of security, some type of like, oh, I'm safe if I use that because it's free and clear, right? Well, guess what? I went on a hunt, not necessarily a hunt, but again, when I was looking for dish detergent, I was looking at products that said free and clear, and lo and behold, it still had some harmful ingredients in it. So definitely stay tuned for when I do a video on the dish detergents or cleaning products. I will go into detail and I will have examples of that. So you definitely want to be mindful of that, as well as with the personal care products as well. When you have a brand that is deemed safe and natural and doesn't have harmful ingredients in it, you can assume that every product in that brand is that way, right? Well, I was also disappointed, when I was looking at, it was a deodorant. I believe it was Native. And so I was looking at their deodorants, and some of those had fragrance in it as well. And I'm like, again, companies, they use that term because they can hide whatever it is they want in it. And we as consumers, we don't know what is behind that label fragrance. And so when you're being intentional and choosing to do the best for your family, you don't want to take a gamble on their life. Because again, every one of us knows someone that has been touched by cancer. And within my family, it's no history of it. And I've been living a healthy life, eating well. I didn't know about the personal care products that I was using. So I was being exposed to ingredients linked to cancer that way. But like I said, my daughter, was diagnosed with a pediatric brain tumor, right? And she was introduced to a whole bunch of toxins due to her prematurity, from the medicines that I was taking, from the medicines that she was taking, because she ended up coming due to an infection. So it's like, we can't control everything, but what we can control, we need to control it. And so this is just a picture I want to share with you here. It's a map. Oh, good. Oh, yes. I'm trying to get so you can see. Oh, yes, you can see it. Great. This is a picture of our world, basically. And so the red shows you countries or nations that have regulations targeting personal care products, right? And so let me show you. Do you see the United States of America? Can you see the United States of America? Here we are right here. And do you see any red? No, you do not. You do not see any red. That's because our regulations, SUCK, they do on so many levels. So, here's a product here that I purchased. I'm just going to show you. I have this product here. It's a classic hair gel. On the back of this product, it says EU compliant ingredients. You want to know what EU stands for? The European Union. And what did I say earlier? The European Union prohibits over, I believe, 1,400 harmful ingredients from being in their products. And here in the United States, banned 11. Come on, way behind the 8 ball. So you definitely want to be intentional about what you're using, what you have, and what you will purchase, okay? So like I stated, this is just a general overview. How do you go about determining if your products are safe? Well, I recommend, since they have it now, the EWG app. This is the Healthy Living app, and it's for the Skin Deep. Remember, I mentioned the database that has like thousands of personal care products, from the toothpaste you use, from the shampoos, from lotions, from skincare, sunscreen, in and every product that you use. They have that, as well as food, and they score it, right? Remember, we talked about the score from 0 to 10. So they make it very convenient. You can scan the barcode, or you can browse different products. If you do the browse, you just put in the name. Well, they have different options. You can browse for EWG verified if you want to just stick with, I don't got time to be going through each ingredient, trying to research each ingredient to see if it's safe for me. Just give me something that's, EWG verified, and I'm good. So they have different things, babies and moms, foot care, different items, from men to nail care, shaving, skin care, and all of that. And then they go through different things there. So definitely, and the food, baby food, meat, bacon, all of that stuff, right? That's things if you want to browse. Or if you just want to do the scan, you just click on that. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to scan my Red Lobster biscuits. Oh, don't hurt my heart. Don't hurt my heart. Well, my heart already hurt, right? So you find the barcode, and then you scan it. Ooh, help us, Lord. And so it comes up 7.0. They're going in the trash. You heard it live here, in the trash. Okay. Oh, help us. So it gives you different ratings. Like I said, 1 is down here to 10 is up there, right? So look at all that red. Oh, help us. They're going in the trash. So definitely a 7 is a no-go. So that's that. Oh, I'm sorry, Red Lobster. Oh, help us. And let me do another one here. Let's see. This is a personal care product here. It's a charcoal cleansing bar. So now this sometimes happen. So it says, sorry, they don't have this product in the system. So what we can do as consumers, we can help them. It says, will you take a moment to help us grow our database by taking pictures? So that's something that you can do. I've done it when I've been out, and I'm like, what? I really want to be able to use this product. So let me take pictures of it, and hopefully they'll get to it and be able to research it to see, if it's good, right? So that's something that you can do. Otherwise, how you would do that is go through each ingredient on it and see. And so this is with the company Beauty Counter, which they are definitely intentional about prohibiting harmful or potentially harmful ingredients in their products. They are a B certified company. They are transparent. They are very user friendly for allergy families, because you can search their ingredients for specific things that you're allergic to. So like if you have a citric allergy, you can put in citric, and it'll bring up all the products that have the citric ingredient in it. And so this particular company, and they have taken it, like I stated, in Georgia, in the United States, we've only banned 11 and restricted up to 30 harmful ingredients, where this particular company has restricted over 1,800 potentially harmful ingredients. So they've even gone a step higher than the European Union. So you definitely, and they're trying to change the laws to make it so that all companies will have to be intentional about the ingredients that they use. And so far, they're doing a good job, because California is the first state to ban 24 toxic chemicals in personal care products and cosmetics. California is really on the up and up when it comes to protecting their consumers. And I say that because a vitamin that I found back when my son, when we started introducing him to vitamins, when he could chew them, and we had to be mindful again because of all of his allergies. We had to be mindful of what type of vitamin we used. And so I found this particular company that had no dye, in their vitamin. And we had been using that for years. And then all of a sudden, I go into vitamin shop trying to get my vitamin. And there's a label from California that says Proposition 45, talking about contains harmful ingredient linked to cancer and something. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So anyway, so California is doing a very good job. And so we need to be on the lookout for them. But definitely check your products, see if they, check your foods, check your products, check your cleaning products, everything, to see if they have harmful ingredients. You can also go to ewg.org if you don't want to download the app, and you can just put in different ingredients to see how, if they're harmful, things like that. Use the app when you're out shopping. Before, like I mentioned, the app wasn't out when I was here. So I was in the store on the website, keying in, different ingredients and looking that up. And it was a lot. It really was a lot. And so I do understand if you really don't have a reason, like a premature infant or an allergic child, or if you haven't been touched by cancer, you probably like, I'm good. I don't have to worry about that. But if you want to take a gamble on your life, hey, we live in a free United States of America. So that's your right. That's your choice. But as a parent who has had a child transition to heaven due to a pediatric brain tumor, where I have 2 more younger children here, and myself and my husband, I'm not willing to take that gamble. I'm not willing to take that risk, because number one, I want to be here to see them do all that God has intended for them to do. And I want them to be here to live out what all God has intended for them to do. So like I said, we may not be able to control everything, but we can control some things. And by all means, it is our God-given right to not only protect ourselves, but most definitely protect our family. And so as women, what's inside of our body does get transferred to our unborn child. And so if you are of the childbearing age and you are still planning to have kids, you definitely want to make sure that you are no longer knowingly introducing toxins to your body. And I say knowingly now because you can't act like you don't know now. You've seen the video. So if you didn't know before, you know now. So definitely be mindful. Definitely try to make healthier choices. If you have any questions, I'm here. It's my life's purpose to allow my life experiences to help bless other people. So if you have questions at all related to foods, related to personal care products, related to cleaning products, just living your best life, definitely reach out to me. I would love to help you. I would love to answer any questions that you may have, because cancer does not discriminate, but we should. And we need to say no to toxins. So until next time, keep the dialogue going, and thank you for tuning in.